go. Welcome to Alchemical Science. I'm Jordan, an alchemist.
Jordan and I are fucked. Still in fucking Orlando. Orlando just called. We'll probably get up there about 1 o'clock in the morning. Yeah, anyway, the joys.
Behold, Dubai, with the evening prayer in the background, in the balcony workshop, working on free energy machines from the future, the thunderstorm generator. Pretty freaky.
Was it the blue night, gone fragile? Was it about the man in wonder, steady going under? Was it the light waves, so frightening? Was it a two wheels, when the mirror holding us steering now? But your random way swept me alone. Colossal sign, so I got lost with so many lovers singing songs. Was it the blue night, gone fragile? Was it about the man in wonder, steady going under? Was it the light waves, so frightening? Was it a two wheels, when the mirror holding us steering now?
Much too long, I feel it coming on. The feelings in my bones. Too long. Can you feel it? 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 Yeah. 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 At last, the long wait is over. The weight is off my shoulders. I'm taking all control, yeah. My mind is set so free. I'm where I want to be to get the best of me. Too long. Can you feel it? 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 I see you feel the way I do. The feeling so true. The good feelings coming through. My mind is set so free. I'm where I want to be.
Welcome to Alchemical Science. I am Jordan Cullen, an alchemist and an apprentice to the inventor and the ambassador for the plasmoids, Malcolm Bendel. This is going to be a bit of a strange ride, so buckle in. I hope you enjoyed that montage of the last 33 months of alchemical science. Well, we started with Cosmic Summer a little later because I don't think you would have enjoyed just seeing endless photos of me in my lab doing experiments for the years before. But we've come a long way. And first of all, I just wanted to be a little candid for once. You know, a lot of my videos are fairly impersonal and I'm just trying to present a lot of information at once or showing builds and demos. For this, you've all been an enormous support to me and the project and pushing this science and this technology out over the world in a big way over the last few years. And I really do want to thank you from the bottom of my heart for making alchemical science fly and turning it into something. Ultimately, if nobody's watching it, then it doesn't really matter. So that's been a big deal. Thanks for everybody who's subscribed to like the videos and all of this. But I just wanted to, I guess, break things down a little bit, talk a little more candidly, have a conversation, you know, just as we enter this new year and celebrate 33 months of alchemical science. So I wanted to talk a little bit today about why I propound myself as an alchemist on YouTube to the public. I know this is risky business, and I have copped my fair share of criticism and outright outrage over declaring this. But ultimately, I call myself an alchemist because I study and observe nature. That has been the approach I've taken, and it's a polymathic study and observation of nature, not a compartmentalized one. And unfortunately, I haven't found a university that's really suitable for the type of study that I like to do. And so I've been very, very lucky to find instead very decent teachers outside of the standard academic system. So I do really want to give a big thank you to all of these teachers as well. First of all, Dave Amrita Swami, who I guess initiated me when I was much younger into the Vedic knowledge base, the Vedic scriptures, the Vedic histories, even Vedic mathematics. These are all things that came up for me during about 8 years of prayer, meditation, study, deeply trying to understand the science of the world and the science of God, ultimately, in a non-sectarian sense. Just truly understand why we're here and how everything is working, you know, what the mechanisms that drive us and bind us to this reality. Because I've noticed that a lot of spiritualists in this world are still very caught up in the ebbs and flows of the material. And I'm not above that. I'm learning like the rest, but all of these practices and this study really helped me. So thank you to Dave Amrita Swami. And then again, when I came back to Australia, which was probably in recent years. And I guess the lockdowns here, and all of my family ended up in hospital, my businesses got shut down. And a huge support to me during that time was a man named Mark Tolley, who is, I guess, a physicist and a healer and a shaman in his own right. And he really was the first one to tell me about these two opposing vortexes, and, you know, essentially the dynamics of how a field works, the starts of understanding plasmoids, essentially. Now, he drove me and inspired me to really create this channel and start to study physics, electrical engineering, do a lot of different experimentation that was outside of the box. So huge thanks to him. And then Marco Rodin was a huge source of inspiration and a great teacher early on in the channel. He saw me making Rodin coils, reached out to me and taught me the basics of vortex-based maths and how he understood it and in his own way. And that was an incredibly valuable, short and intense period of lessons that really helped me understand that there is a language that is mapped to music, essentially, a musical system of physics. We live in a musical reality. He really linked music, physics, and mathematics and geometry together for me, and then introduced me, of course, to the man we all know and love, Malcolm Bendall, who I have been apprenticing for the last 2.5 or so years, and a huge number of the videos on my channel have been about. So a huge thank you to Malcolm Bendall. He has essentially flown me around the world and given me an education that you cannot find in the textbooks and you can't buy. This man does know things that other people don't know, and he's studied under some of the world's greatest names that have been hidden to us for a long time because of genuine suppression, and he's experienced genuine suppression, something that I want to talk about in a little bit. But I just want to emphasize here that Malcolm Bendall is a genius of the likes of Nikola Tesla. This is a pretty high claim, honestly, you know, but this is going to usher in essentially what electromagnetism and AC electricity did for the world, a new paradigm in which the industrial age happens. It's a new way to utilize energy. The thunderstorm generator, this project's pretty much done, you know. This is out there. Thank you guys. Like, you've got this out there because this has been open source. So many people have replicated this around the world, and yet it's still going on in a huge licensed industrial sense at the same time as all of this independent replication and scientific knowledge coming out. It's just a done deal. This is happening, and it's happening in a massive way. You're going to see that in engines soon. Don't worry about it. That's okay. You can still jump on board there if you want. But now we're really looking forward even again and seeing what this science can do for the world. It's huge. Like, Malcolm has done something huge here. The balls of steel to come out, essentially, you know, break a lot of secret things, you know, that you're not supposed to break when you've worked for big individuals and entities, and he just did it, you know. He just went out and outed a bunch of stuff to the public. They've ridiculed him for it, you know, for a large part, and just gone, what's this guy talking about, you know, when he comes out with Vedic mathematics. I've seen it, you know, in meetings with very intelligent people, and Malcolm will start going on about the mathematics and the geometry, and people will kind of like, you'll see their eyes glaze over a little bit, and they'll just be thinking like, nah, well, how do I fit this to my machine, you know, and they're just thinking about the small part of this. What they don't know is this guy's just given them a lesson that they won't get anywhere else. You don't find this information anywhere else, and there is a secret. It's been the subject of all secret societies throughout history, of all essentially governments and people who manipulate the economy, all of this stuff, the Nazis, the deep state, you know, all of it's coming out right now. Disclosure. Guys like David Icke were saying this, I don't know, like a long time ago, you know, and they were called insane. And Malcolm has been similarly labeled sometimes, but I'm here to let you know that if you've been one of those people, you've been a bit of a dumbass, you know, like, you've missed the forest for the trees here. He's an eccentric man, but he's brilliant. He's literally bringing something in that we don't have, and it's ancient and perennial. It's something that we can observe and prove in nature, not just with our tools in a lab. We can do that, that's fine, but we can observe nature. This is how
how I learned how to do things is, alchemy, this practice that I'm talking about. This is laboratory work. You go in, you use glassware. You're looking at, but you're observing how things work, how things distill, how things burn down, how nature works, because these are the processes of nature, and they essentially, to quote Malcolm and Ken Wheeler and Walter Russell and everybody who's ever realized, nature doesn't draw in straight lines. All lines are curved, all curves are part of a spiral, and all spirals are either clockwise imploding or counterclockwise exploding. And as Malcolm said, in that first video that Strike Foundation posted after Randall Carlson outed everything on Joe Rogan, he said everything's just charge density, and we can understand this as everything's just ether displacement. And then if we want to understand it in a more tangible, measurable Cartesian form, we can say it's all frequency, like Nikola Tesla told us to think about it. And he's right. Frequency, harmonics, go back. If you haven't looked at the mathematics and all of this stuff I'm talking about right now, you've missed the interesting part. The thunderstorm generator is interesting, but it's a genie in a bottle. It's how it's made and what is inside it that matters here. Plasmoids, sacred geometry, frequency, Vedic or vortex-based mathematics. These are the real secrets. They've been held onto for a long time by a lot of different groups, but I'm the everyman, the common man. I come from working class parents, and I've realized this. I didn't even go to school to realize it, and I've figured out how you can use this. This is the technology that we can use to do all sorts of things in the future, guys. Like for now, thunderstorm generator, let's fix the combustion engine, fix our basic energy needs, drive a new industrial revolution. But behind the scenes, I already know many, many, many people. Many. So don't even think about messing with this. That's the next subject, because there's a lot of people doing this now, and you can't really stop it. The genie's out of the bottle, guys. Like it's come out on channels like this, on just random YouTube channels, around tables with friends, who've gone out and just seen orbs flying around in the sky, and I've had to go like, well, how do things move like that? They say they can't because of this law or that. It's because it's all rubbish, frankly. The laws do have application, like conservation of energy. Sure, you can't get more energy than the system has. Thankfully, the system's unlimited and it has unlimited energy, so it's not really an issue or a factor for us, is it? If we use physics properly to live an abundant lifestyle as humans, rather than this scarcity rubbish. So, look, moving on to the next issue, you may notice that my hair is a little grayer. I'm a little grimmer. I laugh a lot still, actually. I'm surprised. I'm looking at myself on the little camera here as I'm recording this, and I'm still laughing, so this is a good thing. But my hair is a bit grayer. I'm a bit grimmer, and I look a bit older after the last year. And yeah, look, it looks glamorous in the photos, and it has been, it's been an incredible experience, and I've learned so much, traveling the world, working on engines directly with Malcolm, with going on to a few other really amazing teachers. Michael Akris, this guy has taught me so much about engines, applying Malcolm's work, understanding Walter Russell's work, the vortexes, magnetism. Guy's an absolute genius. Malcolm said this is like my spiritual brother when he met him, and I can see why, because they're both brilliant and they're on that same page of very, very deeply understanding how to work with fields directly. Sorry, we're flying around a little bit here, but I just wanted to give Michael a mention there because, he's really taken me under his wing and showed me a lot of things in the workshop, taught me a lot of things. So, huge thank you to him, along with Malcolm, who I didn't finish about as well. But thanks, Malcolm. You've really taught me a lot. Look, this leads on to the next part, I guess, which is that it hasn't all been that fun. It's been pretty mentally and physically draining, and I've needed to spend a lot of time alone just to reflect and comprehend what's happened over the last few years. But I do get comments regularly saying, how are you guys still alive? Are you still safe after a week of not playing posting videos and things like this? And yeah, I appreciate that, guys, because it is as weird as you think. And I don't often talk about it because it's a bit of an edgy topic. Either people don't take you seriously or they take you too seriously. And the people that you don't really want to talk about this to. But yeah, like everybody around this invention, the thunderstorm generator, and around Malcolm, including Malcolm himself in a big way, has been threatened or otherwise they've attempted to compromise, harm them, harm someone they love, threaten someone they love. And this includes myself. I've had a bunch of weird stuff happen since joining this project and starting to speak about these technologies so openly and, learning directly from Malcolm. I've had a lot of weird stuff happen. I've certainly been approached by intelligence and military, and they've identified themselves and even requested me to talk to people, which I'm happy to say that I'm not into that. I'm really here for public education, and I'm a farmer who got swept into the big wide world. So that's not my thing, but it is uncomfortable. Then rooms broken into at hotels, weird stuff happening in hotels, just like a bunch of weird stuff happening in hotels. I won't even go into it. Direct threats on my life, on Malcolm's life, on other people who were with life. Direct threats. There was no real kind of like fluffing it up here. Well, actually there was a lot of fluffing, a lot of riddles and a lot of crap. But yeah, straight up just essentially you guys can get the technology out there, but as far as the education goes, we're going to muffle that. So, nice guys. I don't think I really even need to name who these people are. I think we all just know them as they these days, but I do know, but I guess these are my secrets, unless anyone messes with me. And that's the other thing here, is that what people don't understand is that I do have some kind of divine protection going on here, and I think Malcolm does too, because look, he's still alive, isn't he, and he's been doing this for a very long time. And it's just like everybody in this field, the black cars have rolled up or something's happened, you talk to enough people and you just start to accept this as reality and move on with it, and just until something happens, if something happens, and look, like I say, I'm divinely protected, so I'm all right. I think Malcolm is too. He seems okay. But essentially, no one better mess with me because you're going to be in big trouble, big trouble. It's not under my control. Anyway, that's kind of the bad side of it. So that's why I am sometimes a little grey, a little tired, a little unresponsive, not making videos for a period, because a lot of crazy stuff's happening and I've been really busy and kind of transitioning into a big, wide, bad world that surrounds the energy industry. But I'm glad that it's all succeeding right now in a very big way. The world's going to get this thunderstorm generator as a transition technology, knock out the carbon, get increases in energy. You can use all of our current fuel sources for many years to come. But then what's really matters is people know about plasmoids now. People are beginning to see, and even normal science, like quantum physics, AI, they're all catching up to understand that it's all information, and so we got to work with it in that way. And obviously a lot of people caught up a long time ago. They've been using this in a number of technologies and things like this already, and obviously everybody knows that the military has long been long ahead in its various forms, or I guess what in the US, it's not really a military anymore, is it? It's kind of like a mercenary organizations that rule there. But otherwise, they've had it for a long time. We haven't. It's all coming out now. A lot thanks to Malcolm and Randall outing it on Joe Rogan. And I hope that I have helped play my small part in that. And it's been worth all the crazy stuff, the threats, the awkward situations, the heartbreak that comes along with living a wild life and studying wild things outside of the box. But it's been very fun, and I look forward to announcing a lot of what's happening with the thunderstorm generator next year. Don't worry, we're not going to get too wacky with it. We are going to carry on with regular videos in 2026, and I've got a lot lined up. Just some announcements still kind of hanging out from last year that I haven't had time to really put out there yet. So get ready. There's a lot of videos coming. Thanks again to all the people that have taught me, mentored me. You know, there's a few others there along with Malcolm, Marco, Swami, Michael. There's Ed Nightingale and Randall Carlson have also taught me a lot about the numbers, really put some pieces together for me. Jamie Buturf. There's just been a lot of people. Even Roland Perry, you know, he's given me some good advice on not saying you know and like too much. So I hope that you've enjoyed my improved speaking abilities thanks to Roland's feedback. All right. Thank you, everybody. Thank you most of all. You really have kept all of this alive. And yeah, I can never repay you for all your support. I really appreciate it. All the best. Get ready for many videos to come.